What's up, guys? Honey Eyes with you here, bringing you that time I got reincarnated as a slime anime episode 8 review. As you see in the thumbnail, best girl died. Shizu basically passed on. Her life, ended. Natural cause, so I guess that's the best way to go out in any type of fantasy of her life, but she's gone. And before she, loses her life for us, she gives us like a backstory, a more in-depth backstory of herself, and where she's telling us to remember when we get to see it. And basically, as she was being the guard for that one demon lord, Leon, which we found out his name is Leon Crawler, something like that. I'm butchering his last name, but we know his first name, that's all that matters. And basically where she was, being the bodyguard from and being controlled, she met the female hero, the one that put Redora away. And they fought, and she realized real quick that she was nowhere in her level to compete. And then she started questioning, the hero started questioning Shizu about herself, and Shizu just started to break down in tears and explained everything to her. So what the hero did was she gave her mask, which is a magical mask, to Shizu, which allowed her to suppress Ifri and have control technically over it. We're at the same teaching her stuff, and she took her on like a daughter, or a student, I guess you could say. More like sister/daughter relationship, but yeah, they had that type of relationship. And she was with her for a good while, and then all of a sudden, after years, she disappeared on her. Then Shizu, at a sadness, she was like, fine. Then she took the same path as her teacher, and she became a teacher for kids that got teleported into this world from other world. So that was nice to know. So all those kids that we see her with, in her flashback and in the intro, those are all basically kids just like her and Remora, that were human, that were sent from the other world over here. And who knows, maybe there's more worlds besides the human world in this world. Maybe there's a whole bunch of other dimensions with different type of humans and stuff. So I don't know how far this story really is in the light novel or the manga, so please no spoilers, but that was a pretty interesting, story she gave. And she also told us that that's the man that she's also looking for now, because since she was with her teacher for so long, she lost track of Leon, and it was something that she really wanted to ask him. But because she was dying, she had asked Remora the favor to, to do it for her. And at first he thought it was revenge, but then she found out, then he found out by her that Shizu told him, I don't know if I want revenge, but I do know I want to know why was I summoned, and was my existence useful, or did he ever acknowledge my existence? So those were like the two questions in one that she wanted to ask him, but of course, because she's dying, because her age limit's about to end up, from old age, she can't. So, not to mention, her curse is eating away now, thanks to our slime boy, Remora, but she's still dying from old age, so. Then she asked him for another favor, and this is how he got his body. The favor was that when she died, she doesn't want this world to devour her. So she asked him, can you eat my body, like you did with my curse? And at first, you can tell the slime was hesitant, but after looking at, Shizu's eyes and seeing how she is, he decided to accept, and she started crying in happiness, and she was like, thank you. So when she died, her hair turned pure white, and then he devoured her. And when he devoured her, that's how he gained his body. So as you see in the thumbnail when he's praying in front of that rock, that's Remora, that's his human form. He can switch between the two forms. He got the slime form, he got the human form. So, and it's funny because the king of the goblins was like, oh, Remora, he ran in with some new clothes and the adventurers to check up on Shizu, and they saw Remora there by himself, a human kid that looked like, they didn't know it was Redora yet, but they see just a human kid there naked, and they don't see Shizu or the slime, Remora. So it was like, they freaked out at first, but then the wolf instantly caught on that was their master, and so did the Goblin King, and it was like, oh snap, is you, master? And then, he explained to them what she told him and stuff, and they were real sad, but they were even sadder because not that they were upset at Remora for devouring her, they were upset that they couldn't say goodbye before that happened, so, and that is kind of sad, when you don't get the chance to say goodbye to somebody who you care about when they're on their deathbed, so, I've been there twice, so, I can tell you that from personal experience, but, yeah, they had that, and we had this funny part where they questioned, are you really Remora? And the Goblin King and the Wolf Star like upset at them for having questioning that was the master or not. And the leader of the adventure was like, oh guys, calm down, relax. And so Remora, he basically turned back from his human to the slime mode, and he showed them that was him. And then we get this other scene where they're about to leave, and he gives them gifts. And the gifts are they're prototype, but these are made from the dwarves, and, if you know anything about dwarves, they don't make nothing bad. So the leader got this blue sturdy armor that he always wanted. The chick with the blonde hair, she got, this white robe, which is just a robe, it's very light, but it acts like heavy armor. And it has, I think, other magical properties and stuff like that. Then the last guy, he has an armor as well, but his armor has like fur patches from the direwolves, and they were very happy. And that's when Remora introduced him to, his archetype, which was the three dwarf brothers and Kanji, which all four of them are very well known. Not just in the dwarf kingdom, but throughout, they're basically legendary characters technically. I'm not legendary, but very popular characters. So they freaked out when they saw them, and they hugged them, so they're shaking their hands, saying this is going to be our family heirloom and all that stuff. And you have Remora in the back just dialoguing to himself saying, family heirloom? Isn't this a dwarf natural treasure or human natural treasure now? Either or. But it was just funny seeing that interaction and seeing how they finally get to meet the dwarves. Even though they've been in the Goblin City for 2-3 days now. So, and then now they finally meet them after they're about to leave. So it was like, okay, weird, but you would think they've been here for already 2 days. You would think they bump into them. But it was cool seeing that funny moment at the same time, seeing them walk away with his armors and stuff. And they did tell Remora that they're going to report everything they've been through and seen to their master, the guild master. But they're going to only report good things about Remora and his people. So, but I don't know, the guild masters are kind of fishy. I don't think these 3 humans are going to betray Remora, but I can't say about their masters and their higher ups. That's a whole nother story. But what I really want to get into is that last credit scene where there's this humanoid pig, and he's in the desert walking, and he faints from fatigue. And this guy comes up to him saying, I can give you a name and food. And he looks at him wrong. And then the guy with the bear mask looks back at the pig guy, and he asks him, well, would you rather die, or would you rather have food and name? So the guy bowed his head and was like, I'd rather have food and a name. So the guy with the bear mask touched him, gave him a name. I believe it was Glad, or Glade. And they gave him some food. And his first order was to attack, in the future, the Jahar Forest, which is the forest that Rimuru and his people are in. And that's where it ends. And we get the title for the next, title page as a preview for the next episode. And it's called Org's Attack. So I'm guessing this pig will eventually evolve into an orc and decide to attack Remora. Now, I'm not sure how strong he's going to be after this upgrade, or how strong he is now, but he shouldn't be in the level to, be a threat at all to Remora, but we have to just wait and see. And that guy with the bird mask, even though we didn't get his name, he looks pretty cool. He looks like a character that you might see in, My Hero Academia, or maybe D. Gray Man. I like this guy's design. And I like that bird mask thing. But I wonder, why was he specifically wants to attack Johar Faris? Does he know about Remora being there? Maybe he's the one that actually summoned Remora? Who knows? But I have my own theories on that guy. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys this week, this day. 10 out of 10, I'm loving that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I'm loving this anime more and more every week. You know, even though we just met Shizu and she just died, the build-up was very nice and emotional, and I did feel some type of way seeing Best Girl die. I think, like, in the end of this series, if Remora doesn't die and get reincarnated, and they had that, like, anyone who's seen Darling in the Franxx, in the last episode, spoilers, Hero and Zero Two both die, but they get reincarnated into the late future, at the same time zone, and they meet again. So maybe something like that would happen with Remora. Maybe he might die in the end of the season as a hero, and then get reincarnated back into the human world and meet Shizu. Or maybe in the end of the series, he might meet Shizu reincarnation form, either or. But this was a great episode, 10 out of 10. Can't stress enough how much I'm loving this. Fantasy adventure series are my favorite anyway, so probably a little biased in that comment, but yeah, if you're not watching this, I advise you to hop on and watch it. Really great series. Comment down below what you think is going to happen and your predictions. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.